And the way the course will break down is you'll see that, I thought of it as in scenes. I'll do some lecturing like I'm doing right now. I'll be sharing with you video content that I'll probably set it up for you, let you know what you're about to get into, and then maybe after the video I'll let you know what some of the highlights were. I may share some blogs with you, some articles, things that'll basically reinforce what you just learned, and to really bring it home. We're gonna do a lot of hands-on exercises, and so the hands-on exercises you'll see are going to be scenario based. There will be some, of course, direction given to you by the way of a lab guide. And that lab guide is to solve a particular problem with the Palo Alto solution. Once we get through the hands-on, just to make sure that you got everything down packed, we're going to do a quick assessment. And that's pretty much the pattern that you'll see repeated over and over again. The different elements that you're going to come in contact with, you're going to see network diagrams. This is what you'll see in the real world, right? Things that you're going to need to know if you were employed and hired to do this work. It's going to look very similar in the training. It is very hands-on, so you're going to see things you see in the real world like network diagrams. You're going to be creating network diagrams. You're going to have a list of objectives that you have to meet. I'm going to help you out with the configuration by giving you a table, basically a template that shows you what you need to configure in order to reach the objectives. There'll be some audio lectures kind of guiding you through why you're configuring what you're configuring and what it means and all the details. If we take a look at the course, let's go to the online course here. So what we're looking at is the Palo Alto Certified Network Security Engineer, the PC&SC 101. So let's kind of take a look. So once you get your credentials, you'll be able to come in here and get access to the online resources. Now right now, again, we're just doing a quick overview. Once you complete the overview, then the next module will become available to you. So these are all dependent. You'll see prerequisites set here that says, hey, you have to complete the course introduction before cybersecurity landscape and threats module becomes available. All right, so I want to make sure you understand that you may not see everything that you see here, so that it doesn't feel so overwhelming. So let's get right into the overview. So I'm taking you through this so that you know what to expect when you do log into the online environment. And again, this is really just about showing you how to access the information, what the course is about, so that you can determine whether or not this is a course for you. So you'll see in the introduction, right now we're having this online meeting just to kind of get an idea of what this course is about. So let me go through. The course goals here, we talked about the fact that it's knowledge transfer. You can read this here. You'll see that if we go down this list here, this is pretty much what we talked about before. Okay, now what you're going to see here when you do come over, with the page that we just looked at, it will be linked to various pages. So if you wanted to, take a look at the course structure, you'll see how things are broken down here, right? So this is, again, everything that I just mentioned to you. This is the online complement to what we just discussed, and this is to give you a feel for how the course is arranged. Let's take a look at the course plan. The course plan is not going to be available until you finish these first modules. The module for cybersecurity landscape and threats, cybersecurity design best practices and principles, and cybersecurity solutions from Palo Alto Networks. These are prerequisites before you get to the course plan section that we're going to talk about. When we get to the course plan material, that's where it becomes primarily hands-on. All right, so let's go take a look into the course plan. I'm showing this to you now on this live session, but this is not something that you'll have access to, but you'll be able to see this spelled out in the modules that we just looked at before. So once you complete the next 3 modules, then the next step here would be the initial configuration. Okay. The reason why this is broken down this way is that I want you to understand, have a basic foundational understanding about cybersecurity, about the fundamentals before we dive directly into the firewall. And so when we do dive into the firewall, we're going to start out as if we just taken the firewall out of the box for a new customer, and we need to get this firewall set up and ready for production. You'll notice that we'll start out with the objectives, and then I'll list those objectives for you so you know exactly what you're going to be working on and what we're going to be talking about in that particular module. There'll be activities that correspond with each lab, and you'll see, here, adding an administrator profile. You'll see a bunch of things, verifying, updating DNS servers. We'll get into each one of those. You'll be actually configuring this, and by the end of this, you'll have what you need to pass the PCNSE. Let's go down to interface configuration. So if we take a look at this particular module, you'll see that most of the labs, the objectives will be broken down into scenarios. So you'll see here, this one happens to be a new customer that just received a new firewall, and then again you'll have the scenario explained, and then that'll include the objectives and then the activities that you must carry out to fulfill those objectives. So that's pretty much the course flow, to kind of give you an idea of what we're doing here. And again, you'll have detailed information pertaining to these different activities. So that's what I really wanted to cover here, right? And this will be the time that I would kind of take a pause to see if there's any questions about what we just covered. If you have any questions about how the course is going to be designed, what's in the course, this will be a good time to ask any of those questions that you may have. I would actually put some information out there that we are going to be set to meet live like this twice a week. Okay, twice a week we'll meet live. All the other course materials will be updated on the learning management system right here that you're looking at. You'll be able to go into each of the different modules, and some of it may be, again, blogs, videos. There may be some games there. There's some quizzes. You'll see all the information and content that is going to be on the online course, content that's related to the learning objectives that you're going to need for the exam. This is all to prepare you for the exam. So, any questions? Are there any questions